It's that time of year when everyone puts videos on about their collection, so I'm no exception. This is kind of upstairs by my bed. I know it's very strange for a grown man to have so many stuffed toys, but I have no problem with it whatsoever. Here's my Incredible 2 standee from work. It's got my favourite character there. I think she's wonderful. So funny. I haven't got a stuffed toy of her. I'm looking for one, a talking one. So Edna from Incredibles 2. Got my oh god, Danger Mouse Penfold figure. Well, toy. You know, some random. I love Magic Roundabout. Bit of Flintstones and Wombles and that, and even Rainbow. I used to watch that as a kid. So I've got some random. This is my original teddy from the 60s. So he's here. I picked that up this year, which was pretty cool. It's only £4. You know, I've got some Muppets. I was so happy I got to see Muppets Christmas Carol. I need to buy that on DVD. And then we got my, from Tarzan, one of our favourite Disney films. Is this water sanitary? So my missus got me that. As I say, I don't really mind collecting teddies, because that's a lot of what we had. Hong Kong Fooey. Well, they do fall out, but I don't care. There's my Bumblebee. I love that. Again, my missus got me that. So, yeah, my talking. You have seen these in other videos, but my Spider-Man. And, yeah, so what I'm going to do is pause it now and go down to the main room. I just wanted to show you that, because I do love teddies. So, especially Baloo, Jungle Book. There's my Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy. It's my missus's really, but I end up with it on my bed, side of the bed. Obviously a talking room guard there. So I'm going to pause it here and go down to the main toy collection. Alright, so if you're hearing the noise in the background, it's just the bin men coming around today. Everything's a day late. And first of all, Merry Christmas to everyone. I actually forgot to say that. Just here, some random canvas, Amazing Spider-Man. I did have these on the wall, but the kids kept banging into them, so I just left them down here. Spitfire, my favourite Second World War aircraft, boxing one. This one I picked up this year. And Lewis Hamilton one. There. Right, so if we go across over here, so let's turn the light on, not make it easy. Now this is what I call my toy corner. I call it Colin's Toy Corner, really. So I don't know where to actually start really. So if I start here, and here we have my Venom Manta Force complete. Did arrive broken, but I glued it back on, so I've got a refund some of it, but it is complete. So. And I love the Manta Force line. I just thought it was such a great toy line. And then we go to the cabinet. This cabinet is just like really modern bits. So we've got the Turtles all there, and we've got a Small Soldier behind there. That was a bargain. I only paid £3-4 for that. So that was amazing, complete. Then we have Star Wars. Obviously these are modern figures, but I don't care. I've got a Han Solo, I've got a Stormtrooper. Obviously I've got Rey, my favourite modern one. Got Princess Leia and Luke. So as long as I've got them three and Chewie, you know, I'm quite happy with that. I do love Star Wars, but I'm not going to go down that gravy boat. I've got Arrow there, Superman there, and we've got Spawn figure there. And then we've got my little Disney kind of display here. Big fan of Toy Story and Beauty and the Beast. I love this Emma Watson's Beauty. Didn't like it to start off with, but we've watched it a number of times, and films, you know, take a while to grow on you. I'm talking Buzz Lightyear. And then we have I do like talking figures, or ones that make noises. Here's one of my, not holy grails, but it's quite hard to get hold of. It's the Tron Sandfish figure. It is complete. It has been out of the box, but everything's there, so that's quite rare to get hold of. And I only paid 13 quid for it, including postage. So then he's missing his small pistol, but I don't care, he's talked. And then you've got my Storm Shadow there. I love that one. I've got rid of it so many times and then got it back again, and I ain't getting rid of this one. Again, he talks. This one lights out. Obviously the vehicle lights up. And then you got my Kill Bill. I did sell her, but then I bought her back. Wasn't a bad price either. I paid about 45 quid, I think, including postage. But she's like she talks, and I love that film anyway. Well, I love both of them. And then we have my Tomb Raider Angelina Jolie, which I think the resemblances are quite amazing, really, considering how. I mean, this is more like a statue than a toy because there's not much bendability. And then we've got my Black Widow there, getting picked up in my local supermarket, really cheap. And then you have Tomb Raider gun there. So I kind of put the modern bits. I'm a bit strange because I like my vintage out, because that's what I used to do with my toys. This is kind of a collection of things that bring back memories, but they're not kind of vintage. So like you've got an Airfix 1.32 scale there, Australian infantry, I had loads of them. That's Santana, she's a recent pickup. I don't normally keep them in packaging, but as space is getting a bit tight around here, I've had to decide to keep some carded. Not a lot, but. And then got James Bond. I've had that for a while now. My missus bought me that, and she bought me that. I think I got that last year. And that one. And then we've got my Chitty Bang Bang figures there. Grandpa and the Toy Maker. Got a random toy got from Poundland. I did have the whole set, but the only one I'm really missing is Frankenstein. I like that, but I like Dracula as well. These two are kind of original, they're like from the 80s. You've got Fund Lino there. You've got that from the 90s, The Power of the Force, TIE Fighter. Got some pictures behind. Bruce Lee. And I picked that up the other day, it was on sale in B&M. So I picked that up even though I've got one loose. I like the artwork. And then I've got Black Canary there. She was on sale, $4.99, but I like Black Canary. Battle of the Planets, or Digimon. He's complete. He's from late 90s. Awesome. And then if you go down here, we have kind of my vintage vehicle collection. The 70s, 80s, and 60s there. And then we've got this one I got this Christmas from my missus, and that's obviously Optimus Prime, Power Master. I have owned a few of them, but this one is in amazing condition. The box wasn't, but it does have its card and stars, so I just used it behind because I love artwork. And as I say, the chrome and that's amazing on it. It's not a reissue, it's an original, but it's really cool. And then down here, this is the area that I do have a problem with because I like many different things. So I've got kind of HM Force figures here. Got an original 1969 talking Action Man there, talks really well. an astronaut on the buggy. I have wanted one of these for so long. So I was really, again, I didn't pay a fortune for it. And then I've got my kind of memory to Red Devil. I loved that as a kid. So he's like, I've had this one quite a while now. So he's like, you know, he's not perfect. None of my original action men are perfect. They do stand up, but they're not, you know, wobbly, or he's got replacement hands, but I don't care. It's the memory that matters to me. And then we've got a parachute. I love parachutists, obviously. So I have owned these in the past. So they're all on one shelf. I was originally just going to have like vintage action men on there, but as I say, space, and also I think they quite look good together. So, and then below, this is going to be my kind of Jerry Anderson shelf. I am looking at getting vintage JR21s and stuff, but I'm not going to pay the prices they are. I only really want either the Fab 1 or Thunderbird 2. Got my Matchbox figure there. He does have his visor. It is, I believe, somewhere fallen down, and it would have been taking everything away, and I'm not doing that to find it, but I know I've got it. And then down below we've got Planet of the Apes figures. Again, I'm looking for the vehicles, the horse. You know, I probably will fill up that with vintage Migos or Super 7. I bought some out. I might put some carded down there. That's the whole fun of collecting. You don't actually know, you know, where it's going to go normally. Well, I don't. And here down below is kind of a weird collection of things I would have had. You know, VHS. Got my VHS down there, record player, records. Got some Elvis. I was very heavily into Elvis back in the day, late 70s, 80s. Obviously after his passing. You know, got Fantasia, my favourite Disney film by far. I mean, I do love a lot of the other ones, but I just love that. I like classical music anyway. You know, my original Star Wars. These are the ones what I not cut, edited or changed. There's as they were in the theatre. Planet of the Apes, watched all them. Again, VHS. Adventures of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. My missus got me that, and it's pretty cool because it's got photos in it that weren't actually in the film. So it's quite, you know, unique really. And then you got obviously Chitty Bang Bang on VHS, Enter the Dragon and Superman. And then I've got Jungle Book and Beauty and the Beast, the 1990s one. And behind there we have all the James Bond on VHS. I had that, so I'm pretty happy to have that back. I've got a Darth Vader there with his light up lightsaber and he talks. Got my original What game down there. This is like, I've only got a few bits what from my childhood, but he's down there. Jeet Kune Do book there, and if I can, yeah, that's my original Dumplings and Dragon, Demons and Demons and Dumplings and Demons, sorry, book here. That's an original from my childhood. It's got it written to me on it inside. My original Chelsea record from 1970s. Used to sing that a lot with my sister and our friend on the beach. Here we have a Tonka toy. I did have one. I think this one's a later edition, but again it didn't cost me a great deal, and it does look like the one I had. So, and I do have a Tonka reference book there. Again, my son and my wife bought me that. We have a Crossfire board game. Well, you have steel balls and you have a puck and you've got to score. Like football, but I had this back in the day, so very happy with that. And this I got this year is the Manta Force Battle Fortress complete, and well, a few extra bits to it, but it's awesome. I wasn't quite sure where I was going to put this, but you know, it looks quite good on there, and it goes beside my turtle van with Raphael. It's my favourite turtle, and lunchbox there, magic roundabout. So I do collect a lot of mixture of items. Cross and Switchblade, we read that at school. Had a good memory of reading that, and so I've got that in there. And then if you go over here, we've got my flying glider. That's a modern one, but I did have loads of them as a kid. Planet of the Apes. And we've got the Blu-ray of Caesar, which is absolutely awesome. I've got Zero Daub, and from the 2001 Mark Wahlberg one, Tim Burton. Not everyone's favourite film, but it's Planet of the Apes and I enjoy it. I've got a few gaming statues here. Big Tomb Raider fan. A big Zelda fan. Metro Prime. Mario. Final Fantasy 7 and 8. Dark Knight series of games. I love them. Arkham Asylum's my favourite. So I got this one for my birthday, and then this one I got last year for my birthday, which is obviously Mirror's Edge, and I absolutely love that game. Well, the first one more than the second one. And then you've got my 1966 Batman collection. It's not as big as a lot of people's, but I don't care. It just means it's a memory to me. I got that this year from my son. So my missus picks me up a lot of little, Lego bits. She bought me that car. She bought me these last year, I believe. The Bendables. So I really love them. This is kind of my memory shelf of things of my childhood. Obviously Bruce Lee, got 2 figures there. Star Wars, this was one from the game, Knights of the Old Republic. Well, this one's the roleplay one on PC, but or like MMO one. But I like Knights of the Old Republic, and it reminded me of that. And it looks cool, and it's Star Wars. And then we've got Kato. He's a figure from the newer film, but still Kato. And we've got Camberwick Green statue there, Windy Miller, and the Fisherman. But I loved it because it's got a duck in it, and I love ducks. And then you've got the nosy one. Oh God, blimey! But she was cool. I loved her. I love this. I love Trumpton, Camberwick Green. And then you got Peter Jackson's King Kong. Big King Kong fan. I've got quite a few. I've got all the films. And then obviously my missus bought me this one. I'm very lucky that she does buy me bits and pieces. So anyone who loves Looney Tunes, it's just a memory. And then we've got obviously Gollum from Lord of the Rings. I just love that. I love those films. I love Gollum. And then we have obviously Law and Hardy. Big fan of them. Got all the films. Just classic memories from my childhood. So, and then Star Trek, Spock. There. Then we have my Thunderbirds figures here. These are all, I think I've got a complete set. Some of them in rough condition, some are better than others. I've had a lot of accident. Mrs. is great at repairing things. I mean, that's the worst one, but I bought that like that. I have done videos in the past about this collection, so if you want to look them up. And I've got my signed Chitty Bang Bang Heather Ripley there. And then we've got my Thunderbird 5. He had an accident when I was moving stuff around they're not very good toy line to, or statue line to keep, because these rub off like the Thunderbird signs and that. So you have to keep them quite safe. And there's some more there. And then we've got my Andrew Garfield signed autograph there. And then I've got my Spider-Man, a big Spider-Man fan, as anyone knows who watches my channel. And then we have my originals hand signed picture there. And then that just, when I look at that, that just brings back so many memories of my Spider-Man. I know it wasn't Stan Lee's or anyone's favourite, but to me that's what I grew up with. And then we've got the new Wonder Woman, and then we've got my Wonder Woman, Linda Carter. She was great. I love both of these as Wonder Woman, so I've got no problem with the new one. Nice statue. As I say, a lot of these are statues on here. And then obviously we've got Doc Ock, and then we've got Hermione Granger, and then we've got Sandman there, and then we've got my Batman kind of collection here. And this is like mainly Dark Knight, Justice League, you know, that kind of. I've got a Bane there, bust, mini bust. I need to get the Joker one. I did have like a DC Direct version, but I do like my statues on here. And obviously we've got Anne Hathaway's Catwoman, awesome. And I've got a few Funko Pops. I don't collect a lot, but I have got them scattered through my collection, just because I like some of them. So I've got all the like the Batman ones from Arkham Asylum there, which is pretty cool. Then we've got my Kick Bash Christopher Reeves. That is a Crazy Toy body and a custom head that I got from China, but I just love it. And I haven't got the heart to replace it, to be the truth. And then we've got Lex Luthor there, Scarlet Witch, Black Widow. We really like, me and my missus both like these die cast figures. They're quite heavy. Obviously there's no articulation, but they're just great. We love them. And then we have my Final Fantasy Spirit Within movie statue there, Aki. She's awesome. Love that film. It's one of the underrated films ever. And then we've got some little figures there from Batman 1989 or 1991. And we've got my statue. I always wanted one of these, and when she arrived, obviously her head was off. That shine on her neck is not glue, it's just part of the statue. Apart from that, she's complete. I've got my Supergirl bombshell there. Love the series. Not many good statues of Supergirl out there, but. And then we've got my original water pistol bat there, and then we've got obviously Dark Knight vehicles here. Obviously we've got the 1989 Batman and the new one, and we've got a Master Chief there, and he's there because he obviously is quite heavy, and if I put him up with my game ones up the top, he'd probably fall down and smash things. So I just thought I'd put him down here. Got a cheap car picked up, but I love vehicles, which is quite hard when you've only got a small space to put them. But I've often thought about getting rid of my Batman and just concentrate on my Spider-Man, but every time I go to do it, I can't. Then we've got my play set that we got all back together apart from one missile. The kids have played with this, my son's played with it, I've played with it, my wife's played with it. But I've managed to find all the pieces and put it back together. Here's my Spider-Man little statue. They were on the white shelf, but I thought they got lost there, so they're safe here because I'm the only one who comes around this bit of area. He's the one I had the accident with. It just fell off, but my son done a great job painting it, so you wouldn't notice. And then you've got Andrew Garfield there. Regrets, probably getting rid of my Hot Toys Spider-Man figures. For the thing that only thing I own now is that. I actually sold all the rest of it. Yeah, I wish I kept my Hot Toys Spider-Man figures, but it is what it is. I might pick them up this year. You know, all depends on it. As I say, I don't pay for the roof, so I've got my you know, quite a nice little collection of figures. Love Spider-Man. Got Spider-Gwen this year. Saw the Spider-Man versus Spider-Man Spider-Verse. Absolutely brilliant film. Very quirky. Probably my favourite Spider-Man film, so I'll be buying that on Blu-ray. And then down below we've got my annual from the same film. Got a few like omnibus comics of Spider-Man there. Got original Dragon Challenge Spider-Man the movie, again from the 70s. So it's quite hard to find actual videos of the original 70s one. And here we have a Odeon Cinema only Spider-Man cards. I'm not going to open them because they're very cheap, so I could pick up some more. I just wanted something from the new film because figures are quite hard to get hold of. We'll move up here. We have my big Christian Bale, Batman, Darth Vader. I've got Boba and a Stormtrooper down there. And then we've just got a few Batman figures here. And obviously we've got Jen Ursa there. I like these big figs. I've done a review of her, if you want to look it up. My collection probably will change around, as any collector will tell you. Nothing stays in the same place, but I am quite happy with this setup. I don't really want to take over a whole room of my house. Been there, done that a number of times. I want to get like $6 Million Man figure, some more Planet of the Apes, some more retro Thunderbirds, but as I say, they're quite expensive or hard to get hold of. And I quite like the Corgi ones, like from the 90s. So I'm debating, you know, whether to go dinky or I mean, this one's great because it actually got the firing missiles and just looks like the original. So I'm up in arms about getting that. I might get a Tracy Island playset. You know, collecting's quite hard in the sense of either space, budget, or, you know, mistakes you make. I have made quite a few mistakes this year with regards to getting rid of things, as I say. But nothing I'm not happy about what I've got now. Because, you know, my goal was always just to have Action Man, Thunderbirds and Planet of the Apes. So, but, you know, when you start collecting, you go, oh, that looks so like, especially like, you know, Santana and Black Canary. Would I ever thought about buying them? Probably not, but I play her a lot in the Injustice games. And Black Canary, I just love that outfit. And like the character. So, I'll say, you know, I've got a few posters behind, which I love. I love posters anyway. You know, just brighten up the corner, and it's quite, well, as I say, I mean, it's taken quite a while to get this display. I'm trying to move my chair because it's not on wheels. Get this display to how I want it, so I'll pan out, you get more of an idea of what it's like. And I mean, there are figures I want to get. There's like Jingle All the Way, Turbo Man, but I'm not paying £400 odd for them. I'll just be patient, see if one comes loose at some point. Or, you know, even if I don't buy anything else, if I buy that, you know, I'll find a home for it. But I do want a lot of 70s TV related figures, so I probably am going to concentrate on the Mego lines, Thunderbirds. Action Man's a bit of a gravy boat because you buy one, you know, and then you want this one, and then you want that one, and again, I have no real attachment to toys from my childhood because I don't really remember them. Most of mine would have been painted head. Done a bit of research with my sister, and you know, while I would have had the Action Man, she's got a better memory than me. So you know, like, I wouldn't have had that as a child because I was an adult, but I love Transformers. So you know, you just got to go with what you go. I mean, that's from the 90s, but I don't care. You know, you just got to enjoy collecting what you're doing, and if you make mistakes, you just don't go, oh my god, I've got to get that back, or, you know, things like I had the Warlord wallet, and I sold that for £10. I don't know why. Can't ever find one again. Bit gutted about that. Like, you know, the secret agent wallet. But yeah, it's not a bad little collection. I'm quite happy with it. Doesn't take over the whole house. As I say, it's in a little corner in the living room. So, as I say, I've just got to be a bit more careful what I buy and not buy for the sake of. So yeah, sorry for the waffling on, but I enjoy collecting, and I haven't done one of these for a long time. So thank you for watching, and please thanks to anyone who's subscribed lately. It's been brilliant. And to anyone who stayed with me, because my channel was kind of a bit of reflecting of me, really. You know, ups, downs, emotions, and you know, regrets. But that's life. So yeah, thank you for watching, and if you're not done so already, please consider subscribing or sharing. It does mean a lot to me. I'm only just one man